to Hattie's Hierophant. I am your tarot reader, and nice to see you, Aquarius. I'm sorry I missed you last month. How you doing? Well, I'm doing good. Your girl is well. Some of you have sent me messages on the gram, or you messaged me on YouTube, and thank you so much. Your girl is good. Listen, to make up for lost time, I've decided to really give us a nice, ooey gooey, well-rounded reading. I pulled from a few decks. And the first deck I pulled from was my chakra deck. And I love the chakra deck. And I feel like it's going to help you too, Aquarius. And this is to encourage you to focus on this chakra. This chakra is the color gold. And this chakra is just a couple of inches above your crown chakra. This chakra represents that is closest to spirit. It is a soul guidance. It's also that of healing. It says soul healing. And this chakra is there to help you get through any chaotic times, any times that have been heartbreaking or disappointing, or if you feel like things just aren't going your way, Aquarius. The energy there and what spirit brings in that soul chakra healing is to let you know that that chaos is necessary, that shakeup is necessary, so that you're able to see the light. And really, spirit wants you to seek them and know that your answers are not only within, but you can feel confident in what you're hearing, and that intuition and those messages you're getting from spirit, that feeling that you're getting from spirit is accurate and it's divine, and you have not been forgotten. Okay? So that is the soul healing, gold chakra, like 6 inches above the crown. Let's focus on that together this entire reading, my Aquarius. Now let's go on to my ride or die, which is the rider deck. And let's go to the center of your reading. So with all that said, if you have been going through something, Aquarius, not to fret, because the center of your reading is out of the Wheel of Fortune. And I love this energy. I do believe another sister sign also got this at the ending of their reading, and how it's at the beginning of yours. Really, I feel like all of you air signs, you're coming up to something, right? And I know that you've been working on some things, and we're about to get to Aquarius season within a few months. So it makes sense that things are kind of being stirred up. There's certain things in your life that require evaluation. So you can either know to keep it or discard it. Now, let's go into your moon energy. And your moon energy is the conversations we have with spirit. This is where you also manifest, etc., etc. And you have that of the Chariot. And this is Cancerian energy. And it's also one of great success in movement. It's also one of a balancing act of those things that are chaotic. And some of them we have to keep in our everyday. We have to keep in our spirit world because it creates balance. And you are learning to master that balance, right? Which is why you have these two sphinx here of black and white, and knowing how to control the two so that it benefits you. And I have that of the Hanged Man in your moon energy, and the energy of the Knight, King of Cups. So I'm really learning here, or I'm feeling like you're learning how to balance your emotions. And I don't know if you have been meditating. If you haven't been meditating, I'm feeling like that we're being encouraged to meditate, Aquarius. I feel like that's really going to help you gain your center, which is the same message we got there with your gold chakra healing. That is a centering sort of energy. So I feel like that. Right? And this is kind of, if you think about it, this is really in the middle and at the top of your reading. And we see that glowing energy here, right? Almost like we're upside down to kind of shake all those things to to center you. So I feel like that we really do need some centering here. And I feel like emotionally, you're going to feel that. If you haven't been feeling centered emotionally recently, I feel like that you are, in the most systematic way possible. How do you systematically balance your emotions? I have no idea, but this is what I'm getting. I'm feeling like that you're going to feel more balanced. So maybe some of us were going through some chemical imbalances, whether they're natural or unnatural. I just made up a word. I feel like you're going to feel more of a balance in that area. All right, so now let's go on to your sun energy. This is where we see you. This is where you are seen. It's your ego. And I have that of the 10 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, and the 9 of Wands. So the energy that I'm getting here in your ego, so I don't know if some of you have already started, because if I remember correctly, Aquarius, we've been talking about you really moving forward with your ideas, right? I feel like that some of you are going to be writing, whether it's writing a book, writing a play, or you're just kind of gathering your ideas from the past. And we've talked about this before, that a lot of you were gathering ideas almost from like high school, like from old notebooks, things like that. So I feel like you've been gathering all those things up. If you haven't, do it, right? I feel like that's going to, and it's a lot. I can obviously see that. It's a lot to kind of put together and write down, but whoa, I see you like passionately, like, I just see you kind of moving around and you're like writing, you're getting the notes together and you're writing some more and you're getting your notes together and you're writing some more. And I keep hearing, find one place, right? I keep hearing, find one place to put all this information, really organize it. Just recently, and I do not believe in accidents. I do not believe in coincidences. I believe that things are seen for a reason. And I feel like that I was shown this to tell you, right? I have this particular YouTuber that I follow and I just absolutely adore her. And she's like this big financial guru or what have you. And she has this, I think it's called like a iPad or iPad. You can tell I'm not techie. I'm not a techie, but it's just one place where she writes all her notes and it keeps all her notes in that one pad. I feel like this is for you. I feel like that would benefit you. So it's not all these loose papers that are everywhere. It's like in just this one area, in this one pad, and you can organize them by category. So I feel like that's going to be beneficial to you. Okay, and for those of you, because I just heard like, Crystal, I don't got money for that. And for those of you who don't have money for that, get yourself a nice 3-ring binder and categorize it that way. The message here is to put it all in one area. These loose pieces of papers here and there, some ideas are gonna like slip away and get into the garbage, or someone's gonna write on the back of it and take it with them, right? Thinking that it's not important when indeed it is. So I'm hearing that message for you. Yeah. Okay. So we're just going back to these messages that are from your past. I just keep getting the message that go back to your old papers, old notebooks, even old friends. If you can't seem to, if you're missing some information in between, go back to the friendships of that time and gather that information. I keep asking Spirit, like, it's like I've given them this message before. Like, why are we repeating this? Okay. All right. The Spirit just said, and this particular guide has been, he's parental, right? He's kind of like, what did I tell you to do? I'm running the show. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. I'm listening. All right. So that's the message I keep getting here. Yeah. I feel like that some of you are going to have to actually physically drive to a place. You're going to have to physically go somewhere to get this information. Okay. Oh, let's go on to your immediate present. So what flanks your beautiful energy of the Wheel of Fortune is that of the Page of Swords. And again, this is all about educating and writing. These are the beginnings. These are the starting points of ideas, right? And I can see with that Page of Swords, and again, it's that energy for sure. These notes are from a stage in your life to where you were a child, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be a physical child. It can be a mental child in that particular endeavor, right? There's notes there that are going to really help you. And then I have that of the Seven of Pentacles, right? So with this being in your immediate present, I'm feeling like you've pretty much been investing in yourself all these years and didn't even realize it. So all these notes that you've been taking, you didn't even realize that you were investing in your future, the future, our future, right? And you're really in these stages of evaluating where you are now. And you've obviously been looking back, and that's that energy here. You've obviously been looking back as far as the things you've been through and where you are now. And you are dead set against not repeating those same mistakes with those same type of people, those same type of job, and those same type of choices. It's almost like you're tired of that because you've noticed that that part of you didn't get you anywhere but heartbreak. And you're like, in order for me to move forward, I'm doing something different. And in order for you to do something different, it's almost like you have to go back to when you were like, you know, you were bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and you know, you still believed that you could be the president, you could be the prime minister, you know what I mean? That you could run the world. And you're going back to those notes and back to that feeling. And you're like, that's who I wanted to be. That's who I was striving to be. And I let these situations and these people and these choices that I make deter me. And that's why revisiting on those notes are so important. So you can remember who you were striving to be. You can remember that energy that was pushing you so much then, so it can push you now. I see. All right, so I pulled a few extra cards from my Oracle deck, and I love that deck so much. It's such a beautiful, ooey gooey, like spiritual feeling, and it's always so accurate and so loving and so caring. And I pulled 3 cards for you, and the first one I got for you was the Arrow. And the message, it actually says on here, surround yourself with protective energy. And I felt like I was drawn to that to show it now because I feel like that's important for you, right? We're already talking about that gold chakra, right? And if you really think about it, as we focus on that gold energy 6 inches above your crown, we surround ourselves with that gold energy, and it's protective. I'm protecting my energy from those negativities. I'm protecting my energy from those feelings of the things I did, the things I used to do, and the things I used to believe that didn't take me to my highest good or take me to where I wanted to go, right? So it's not only do you need to protect yourself from other energies, right, that are not healthy for you, but protect yourself from those energies from your past that sometimes creep into our frequency, right? And then I also have that of the Mirror Guardian. And this is about taking time to reflect. You see, she only sees her reflection. She doesn't see anyone else's. So this is really about something that you need to do, Aquarius. And I feel like that you've been kind of doing that work anyway. And if you haven't, this is a reminder, is not to look at those situations, those people, that job, that person, and like, they're the reason why I'm here. Right? No. You had a choice. What decision did you make it in, Aquarius? Own it. Own it. Right? And then once you own it, right? There's no guilt there. It's just acknowledgement, right? The acknowledgement of, yep, I had something to do with that decision. Yep, I was a part of that. Welcome it. Thanks for coming. Guess what? You can sit at the table, but no longer are you going to be my title, right? You're not going to be my title of that relationship didn't work out, that job didn't work out, that career didn't work out. No, sit at that table because you're part of who I am today, and you're going to make me stronger to keep pushing past it. You can come eat with me, but you're not sitting at the head of my table, right? That's the energy that I'm getting there. Okay. We are going to expand on your moon energy. Yeah. I love when spirit just, comes through. Yeah, all right. So I expanded on that chariot energy, and I got that of the Eight of Wands and the Six of Cups, right? And the Eight of Wands is all about communication, and it's about swift communication. It's about swift activity. But mostly what I'm getting is communication. And we talked about that energy of going back to those communications, those things we wrote down back in our youth, right? Or even going back to those people during those times when we were like in a childlike state. And you know what I mean by that, right? In the beginning stages of whatever, to where these ideas started to really, kind of pop off. If you can't find it on paper, go to those relationships during that time and get that information, right? It's really going to help you move forward in whatever it is you're trying to do. I just feel like a lot of you are writing. I just see you and I've been seeing this a while for you. So, there's that. I can't expand on that anymore, right? It is what it is. I expanded on the King of Cups, and we have that of the Two of Swords along with the Five of Cups. So I feel like that, with these disappointments that we've had, and I do feel like that there's been some disappointments in people. And what I'm getting, Aquarius, is that it's almost like you're disappointed in them for not making you happy. You're disappointing in them. You're disappointed with them, her, him, because they didn't do their part to make you happy. And and what I'm feeling like, especially with this Two of Swords, I just keep feeling like that you're just not seeing your part in it, right? That's the lesson here, is that mirror garden, that self-reflection. Just because you own up to it doesn't mean that's your title. Just means like, yes, I recognize it. Now I can move past it. But if you keep pretending like you had nothing to do with the the failure, the demise, or what didn't happen, right? During that time that you were in that situation, then there's no healing there. There's no way that you can shine this light so bright in your soul chakra if you have a blindfold on your participation in it. Okay, Aquarius? Now, I expanded on the Hanged Man, and I have that of the Knight of Swords. I have that of the Fool energy, and I have that of the Devil, right? So, and because it is coupled with the Hanged Man, this is all about that self-searching and our part in a situation, right? So I feel like that if we just recognize those things like we've been talking about, because that Devil energy is really about boundaries, and understanding when boundaries are important. So I don't know if someone put a boundary for you, or if you start. Nope, it's you. I feel like you're the one who's setting these boundaries. You see, because the devil doesn't come hunting for you. People go to this energy and they put that chain around their neck and they're like, I'm here and I'm going to stay here because this is comfortable. It's uncomfortable when you create boundaries, especially with people whom you love, or if you think that you're going to be shunned in some sort of way, or you feel like you're not going to be loved back, right? Sometimes we feel guilty about creating boundaries. But that's what this energy encourages us to do, is create them and to understand them and to embrace them so that you're not stuck in something that does not serve you. And because that particular spread ended with a Fool card, this is a journey for us. It's going to be one that's new for you, Aquarius. It's going to be one that's new for you of creating these boundaries. Come on, you are slightly governed by that of Saturn, right? And she's all about boundaries. And it's not one that's so restrictive, even though she gets a bad rep for that. She's one of embracing boundaries. The reason why she is so tough, because she's trying to teach you how to give boundaries, how to say, no, I won't, and no, no more, because I'm worth it. And you're worth it, Aquarius. All right, okay, now we're going to expand on your ego energy, Aquarius. Cycle. Yep, we're ending a cycle to start a new one, obviously. Okay, so Aquarius, I see that we have some work to do, and obviously, you know, I've been saying this all year, Aquarius, right? I know I've been putting you on the spotlight, and perhaps I've been putting a lot of responsibility on you, and I apologize if I've made you feel that way, but I do expect such great things for you, from you in this next year, and I can't wait to sit back and say, I bet that's an Aquarius, right? So I expanded on that 10 of Wands, and I have that of the 6 of Pentacles, along with the Knight of Pentacles. So I do see some very purposeful activity happening for you. So it is going to move a little bit slower, but it's going to feel very purposeful. And I feel like you're going to really relish in that energy, because the people, the things, the places that you're going to go, it's going to feel like it's taking time and it's moving slower, but not in an impatient kind of way, but in a very purposeful kind of way. So you're almost like a sponge who can really enjoy soaking up all of the things that are given and all of the things that you give. I really feel like this time is going to be well spent in everything. It's just going to be a slower growth in your money. It's going to be a slower growth in once, you know, for those of you who are writing, it's going to be a little bit slower, but I feel like by the time it is presented, that it's gonna feel and look like and resonate like time was taken, and that care was taken by the time it's presented to the public, for those of you who are going to release it for the public. Okay, I expand on that of the 9 of Wands. And remember I said, you know, the 9 of Wands just reminds me of all that work you've been putting in for years, for some of you decades, right? Now it's making sense. Now it's going to make sense in the present. And now everyone is going to benefit from it, you see? Because you see how that cup is overflowing. You can't catch it all. So it's meant for all. And Aquarius, that's who you are. That's what you stand for. The older you get, the more you are like, for the collective, right? Not just for me, for everyone. And this energy just resonates that. And with this showing up in your ego, you're going to be able to see how it's going to benefit everyone, how it's going to benefit the collective. And you know, that dove at the very top, and I can't keep my eyes or my energy off of that, is such a beautiful hope, right? And sometimes hope can get a bad rap because it's seen as not such a physical activity, that some people stop there at hope. But see, this isn't a stopping at hope. This is kind of what led this, right? What led this journey, this, I just keep getting that Chariot card, right? That Chariot energy. This hope is what led this endeavor. Hope is what led this agenda, right? And the reason why hope led that is because there were things that you saw, there were things that were going on, and there were, this thought process, these things in your past. I can't let that go, right? That were bothering you, and it caused you some anxiety, right? I just want to expand on that. Thank you. As I was about to expand, Spirit said, you already have the card. He's like, you already have the expansion. And that expansion is the Air Guardian. And interestingly enough, it was sitting right next to that Nine of Swords, right? So this is also that air energy. And it's also one of tackling that anxiety, right? And this is the energy of find a different perspective, right? You almost have to fly higher to get a panoramic vision of where you are and where things are going to be. Find a different perspective. And when I expanded on that Six of Swords, I got that of the world. And earlier you heard me say that we were ending a cycle, and we're obviously ending a cycle because we have that of the death energy. That is clear. Nothing is more clear than ding dong dead death, right? So there's a new beginning that's going to start here for us, which I've always felt for you anyway, Aquarius, right? Yeah, I just feel like that you needed to hear it. Okay. And I mean, need I say, before I even pulled that card, and maybe you felt the same thing, that death energy, I felt that go over my entire body, and not in a morbid kind of way, but in a releasing kind of way, in an ending kind of way, like that cycle must die. That cycle of things that didn't work out, that cycle of things that did and that passed us by, whatever the case, it doesn't matter, because your future is different and it's bright. We have the Ace of Pentacles, Aquarius. And it's coupled with that Six of Swords of this attack, right? And I don't see a physical attack, and I'm talking about that of dishonesty and deceit and lies and all this stuff. When you start to feel that in your surrounding, right, you're prepared, right? And I'm feeling like perhaps there's a fire sign, and this isn't to say that fire signs are not honest, right? I'm just saying that we all have different aspects to us, right? So when you start feeling that aspect that perhaps may come from a fire sign, or for someone who kind of has that energy, and a fire sign would be Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or someone who's kind of in an authoritative type position. And I don't feel like it's like a super authority. I don't feel like it's like the owner, or it's like the CEO, or the manager. It's like the supervisor, right? It's the one that's in a leadership role, right? You know what I mean? Or, like that person that's in between you and the boss, right? I feel like that their energy is deceptive. Almost like they're trying to play two sides of the coin. Like in front of you, they're like, yeah, you're great, you're fantastic, you're wonderful, and then they'll go to the powers that be, and they want to make themselves shine. So they'll say things, or give that energy of, yeah, I really straighten them out, yeah, they're doing better because of me, when you were already doing good, or you were already on your way of doing better, and now they're kind of taking credit for your work. So that's the energy that I'm getting from there. So that's that. Okay, over here. So when I expanded on the Page of Swords, we have that of the Moon energy and that of the Page of Pentacles. So again, I'm feeling like it's really work related. I didn't realize I was going to be picking up on this. So, really, for those of you who are in that energy, or in it doesn't necessarily have to be work related, but it is going to be in your everyday. It's going to be in that area of stability, right? So whatever that means to you, there's someone who's just, they're trying to play both sides. And you know it because it feels weird. It feels like that moon energy. And perhaps they're even, I feel like some of them are medicated. I'm feeling like some of them are medicated. And not necessarily like illegal drugs, but they're on different combination of drugs. And this is also kind of causing them to be off balance. And I'm not saying that that's an excuse for them to do what they're doing, but I do feel like that is playing a role. Yeah, for some of you, it is work related. I'm sorry. And yeah, they're going to have a paper trail. I feel like the truth is going to be revealed. There's going to be like a paper trail or emails or something like that to where they're writing like, yes, and the Aquarius did this and Aquarius did that. And because of me, that's the reason why they're so great right now. Right? Yeah, but unfortunately, you won't see that truth until much later, almost until that person or individual is no longer around, because their lies are going to catch up with them. Honey, you know a lie loves the light. So don't worry, don't fret, do you, right? So now we're rounding up your reading, right? We're getting to the very top. We're getting to that soul chakra. And what do we get? We got the Tower energy. And between you and I love this energy because I like to know the truth, and a tower brings the truth. It does. When the tower shows up, it shows you what people really think about you. It shows you the real situation, and it also disrupts it so much to where the truth has to be told, right? You either tell me yes or no. You either tell me you like me, you hate me. You tell me whether I like this job or you want me for the job or you don't. This is a truth seeker, right? And the truth is about to be revealed. And once you know the truth, right, now you have a decision to make. Because the Two of Pentacles is all about knowing all the aspects, knowing all the sides of the coin. And I know that you're going to make the right decision because he says so. He says so with the Nine of Cups. And we know nines are endings, right? And this is such a beautiful ending. This is you coming out on top. That's how come I said, you know what, whatever this tomfoolery is, right? Let them do what they're going to do. The truth will be revealed. And when it does, you're going to come out like, no, I'm sorry. All of my success was because of me. So keep doing you. Don't fight it. Let them sit up there and tell the lies and be deceitful. You just keep doing you, because the truth will come out and you won't even have to say a word. It's going to be revealed. I love that. Okay, so we have discussed every card. Focus on that soul chakra, 6 inches above your crown. It is a bright, bright gold, and surround yourself with it and protect yourself from negativity. And we're going to do one little last piece of work, my Aquarius. And this is your angel card for the month of October. And is that of contentment. You know, I like this energy for you. Normally, contentment is not my favorite energy because it's one of giving up, in my opinion. But I feel like this is necessary for you to resonate in contentment for those things that didn't work out, for those people that didn't work out, for, that energy of back then, right? Be content with that. It's in the past. Let it stay there. Be okay with that. Be comfortable with that. Be comfortable with that person. Be comfortable with that situation. Because Aquarius, baby, you have work to do. Listen, I absolutely adore you. Thank you for coming to see me. I sure did miss you last month, and have a wonderful October.